Speed Switch with Jennifer. Okeke. You're welcome to the Speed Reading Short Break series, and it's been the Speed Switch all week. And yes, today we'll be having another Speed Switch story, real people, real testimonial of people who've been able to transform from reading slowly to reading fast. Today we have Jennifer Okeke, and Jennifer will be joining us to share her story. Jennifer is a professional. Is that one person who has been able to switch, and she's ready to share her story with the world. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We have Jacalisha. We have, yes. Oh, Jennifer is here now. So, Jennifer, hello. Today, the network has been here and there.
May I
But
be heard, please?
you can be heard, but your video is yet to come up.
All right, that's fine. I'm trying to see what's going on.
Anybody's your story will hear it today.
Yes, so you must hear it. I don't know what's going on. So sorry about that again.
It's fine, man. Network got nothing in us. Please, where you can see and hear Jennifer, please let us know. And tag a professional that should be here. Please ignore the network glitch. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. All right. So Jennifer was sharing before now that it was her children that was the basic motivation for her. Her children was the reason in her words, she said for her, one thing that was basic was she wanted to model reading to her children. She knew that if she was going to raise children who were going to be studious, children who were going to love reading, then she had to model it. And her word, she had to model intentional reading. That's the word when it comes to the professional life. It becomes something that you have to intentionally walk away from the status quo. And you know what the status quo is? You know what the stereotype is? Oh, we're in school. Jennifer was sharing that immediately after her MSc program, the struggle to read began. And I can relate to that struggle. I'm sure that every professional in this life can also relate. The moment you discover that, oh, there's no more school, there's no more exams in court to write because school is over, the struggle to read begins. And Jennifer says this is one thing she also struggled with. That struggle was there after she was done with her MSc. Why read? That question comes. Why read? Why do I want to read? So she battled with that struggle until she realized that, hey, I'm a mom. I have a goal. I have a vision of the kind of children I want to raise. I want to raise confident children. I want to raise children who are bold, who are going to be studious. And if that's my goal, then I have to first model it. And Jennifer says, I moved from the point of doing, sorry, she's trying to get her network back. Once she's back, I'll leave the floor for her. She moved from the point where she was struggling with reading to the point where the first month in our inner circle program, the book binges book, she was able to do 5 books in a month. Now, I know that this is not just about the inner circle program. We're talking about speed reading, but the major thing, the major secret why people in our inner circle program thrive and succeed is first about the skill of speed reading. And these are people who have tasted it. The first thing we give you once you join our inner circle is a speed reading masterclass, customized, curated for book bingers. A signature kind of speed reading masterclass. So they get it, and that's what. So from whatever point where you are, you cannot remember when last you finished the book, you did the book, see, after your MSc program, you haven't read a book in 10 years or whatever it is, you are able to move. So when we say in our inner circle program, we do a book a week, it is not some folktale. Neither is it some magic wand. No, it's not that. It's that we're giving you the skill, we're giving you the system to be able to do it. So literally everyone in our inner circle program has tasted our speed reading masterclass. So these are the people who are able to now share their stories of how they switched. I'm sure that you too can relate with the fact that this whole struggle of, oh, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to do it, how do I begin with joining, and how do I start? Some people struggle with the fact that, oh, how do I start with, oh, I'm here, I'm there, I'm now done with school. Most importantly, hey, I am now done with school. So how do I begin? I am now done with school. I'm not reading to pass exams anymore. So how do I begin? That's always the question. That's always the question everybody asks. And we're still waiting for Jennifer to come share and continue her story. She's had a little bit of network glitch, which has been here and there, but we are going to still have this conversation today. Okay, Jennifer, try again. Try again. The link has been sent to you. Try again to see how you can join in. So sorry about the network glitch. The network has been out and about today. Let's give her a minute to come back in. Okay, Jennifer is here.
The devil is a liar. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on, really. I don't know. Ah, Coach, please, let's continue. We must tell this story today. We have to. The world needs to hear it, yes. They need to understand how important speed reading is, yes.
Awesome. So Jennifer, you have to begin, and I'm leaving the floor for you just to move. Thank you for staying put till now. I appreciate it.
All right, all right. So as I said, I needed to model to my children. And the truth is, since after joining the booth, my reading has been, if my life has been transformed. It's not just my reading. It's been, first of all, the first thing that blew my mind in the booth was the speed reading masterclass. That was on the 1st of January, coach, right? It was totally mind blowing and it was just life transforming. After that class gave me so much momentum, I just ran with it. So that was the beginning of the whole transformation, the whole transformational journey. The truth is this: reading, when you read, you expand your world. That's what I've learned. Reading and learning something new is like food to your brain and fire to
Mm,
your dreams. That was what it was to me. Like, it was fire to my dreams. I caught the fire through reading and I ran with it.
mm, mm,
That does it. It stretches your mind. It expands your thinking. And it takes you, every day you read, it takes you a step closer to who you were really created to be. I was
mm,
speaking to a few parents a few days ago and I said to them, your mind is your greatest tool. When you
mm,
feed your mind with wisdom, with knowledge, with truth, you become unstoppable. It's that easy. You become unstoppable. So I'm just speaking to anybody listening to me right now. Please just register for this speed reading masterclass. Honestly, you need to be there. It was what transformed my life. I don't even know how to explain it.
mm,
Honestly, the
mm,
truth is, you need to be there. I don't even know how to explain. You need to be there. I don't know. I don't want to believe there's anyone watching us right now who hasn't registered already. But if you haven't, do that. You owe it to yourself and to the generation watching you. Join today.
mm.
And truly, you will have yourself to thank for it. Yeah, that's the truth.
Wow, awesome. So Jennifer has said a lot, and she said that you get closer to your dreams. So I
Truly.
would love to know, what dreams have you now found out that you are smashing? What goals are you now smashing that were impossible before now, that you have noticed that also speed reading I was able to, you said go get closer to my dream, get closer to achieving the things that seemed impossible to me.
Oh yes. So before I joined the booth, I had written a few books, right? But after joining the booth, I realized that I got more mental clarity. Like,
Mm,
I'm able
mm,
to create even more, much more than I
mm,
used to create before. It expanded my creativity, my communication skills, even my leadership skills. You see
mm,
that? I find out that I connect the dots much more easily now. My creativity just flows.
mm.
Do you understand? It just flows naturally much more. Whether I'm writing, when I'm speaking, when I'm coaching, it just flows naturally. I'm able to pull ideas from books easily for master classes, for coaching my mentees and everything. So it helped me a whole lot. This year alone, I've written two powerful books just because of what I've been able to create out of reading. Did you see that? And apart from that, one big win I would share is that I've fallen in love with reading again. I told you I really struggled after my MSc, but I've fallen in love with reading again. The truth is, since after joining the booth, I've read much more books than I've read in years. I just joined the booth in January. So in these few months, I've read much more books than I've read in many years. You see that? And then to my children again, they now read so much. My 2-year-old is always with a book. My 5-year-old reads every time. My 7-year-old finished a book that was about 740 something pages in less than 3 months. Did you see that?
Wow.
Yes, we used the structure that I got from the booth, from the book bingers booth. So when she got that book, she really wanted to finish. She said she wanted to finish it in 3 months. We had to divide it into bits and everything. And I found that she was even reading more than her daily bits. That was why she was able to finish it before 3 months. And it's a book of 748 pages or thereabout. It's called the Action Bible. It's a big book.
Wow.
If you know that, yes. You see that? So it trickles down. What you model is what your children see. So I knew that I needed to model to my children, to my mentees. So that was why I didn't take this light. I had to jump into it. And it's been nothing short of life transforming from the first day even till now.
Wow. Wow. Mental clarity, communication, leadership, and most importantly, modeling. Modeling. Modeling.
But
It
creativity as well, yeah.
can relate to a 2-year-old picking up a book to actually read, even though they cannot read literature.
Yes. She always
But
bring it to me to read for her, yes.
yes, but they get fascinated by seeing the book, they get fascinated. And you can tell where this child is going or what this child will
Oh,
be.
yeah.
Generation where children are struggling with screen addiction, in a generation where children are struggling with sitting at a place to achieve anything, but
Yeah.
the child is, and most importantly, 7-year-old finishing a book of over 700 pages in less than 3 months. Amazing. Wow. We're not able to have this conversation in the inner circle because everybody's just moving. It's a library, everybody's busy. But
Oh,
thank you so
yeah.
much for it's amazing to hear from you. And the fun part is the creation. This is the part that the Smart Speakers Academy wants to be loud about. The
Yeah.
fact that smart reading would translate to smart thinking. That's the part professionals are saying. If all the professionals can see, they'll be serious about getting smart reading. I
That's
mean,
true.
two books published this year. We're just in June.
Yeah. Yeah.
Publishes books. She does hundreds of copies in a few
Oh,
weeks.
yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Translate with some good dollars. Jennifer is in the UK. So what are we not saying? Speed of creation, speed of income.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's
That's
yeah,
correct.
right. Speed of income, right? In just a few months, and when people are thinking that let the economy get better, somebody is hacking speed and making more impact, more money, more creation. What's there not to love? And like she said, you shouldn't be thinking whether you should take the speed reading masterclass or
Oh,
not. Professional life is tied to it. Your communication is tied to it. Your leadership is tied to it. Most importantly, your parenting, who you are modeling to your children, is
definitely.
tied to it. Jennifer is a coach and she says, I'm leading better now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jennifer, so we'd love to know. Were there any moments you wanted to quit or doubted the process? When you came in, did you have any misconception about speed? Some people are asking, this speed reading, I'm sure it's real. Was there any misconception you had about speed reading before now? And then when you eventually came, was there a moment you felt like, it's too much? Can I meet up? Over to you.
Oh, yes, of course. I had that misconception of speed. I thought when you read with speed, you lose retention, right? But coming to the booth taught me, of course, that speed reading masterclass. It made it clear to me that you can read with speed and have maximum retention, much more than when you're reading slower. And I've experienced it being in the booth. I have experienced it because when you're in the booth, you're being the structure helps you to read, to create, and to retain. That's what the structure does for you. It helps you read, create, and retain. So it's just a matching. I'm not sure you can get that anywhere at all. I've never doubted the process because it's clear, it's well structured. The system is just a perfect system. You see that? In fact, instead of doubting the process, I've been singing book bingers books to everybody I know because truly it is something that's worth any investment you will make. If you want to invest in your life, this is where you should be, really. That is where you should be. Yeah.
Wow. It gave you structure to read, retain, create, and retain. Read, retain. Like we always say in our inner circle program, the place to consume. Yes, you're coming, but we're not about consumption. We are about creation. Reading at a faster pace than the average person is actually you tapping into your godness.
That's it. That's correct.
You are rewiring your brain. You are going against nature. Imagine you're 46, for instance, and you were taught reading at age 6. On an average, you started reading or you mastered reading at age 6, right? And it's been 40 years of you reading the way you were taught at age 6. That is you performing below operating system standard. Way below, because it's like you operating at age 6 when you're 46. Now, imagine that at 46, you now get the skill that takes you over how many percent faster than who you were that child at 6. That's what Jennifer is calling, that's what we're calling creation. Because you leave out, you enter into your godness and you are amazed at who you actually are. Speed of creation is a thing. This is what professionals are struggling with. They want to write a book, they want to do a course, they want to do something, but they're struggling with creation. Even when people say things like, oh, I'm struggling with impromptu speech or public speaking, this is also the issue. Speed of thought, speed of creation. Yes, speech is a creation.
It is.
Able to speak, create a speech. And they
It
say,
is.
oh no, come to that's why. No, your brain hacked speed. If you get speed at reading, you get speed in everything. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So Jennifer, before you go, what would you say to the professional out there that is still as listening to you? And yes, you were really loud about our inner circle program, because a few days ago we had Chidima here. Chidima Luke says, oh, Jennifer told me about the book Dangerous Book. And Chidima shared an amazing story
Wow.
of how that has transformed her creation, and every other aspect of her life. One final word, in one word, how would you describe speed reading, and what final word do you have for the professional out there who needs this skill?
Well, well, I'll describe speed reading as mind blowing. It's completely life transforming. The truth is, reading is not just informational, it's transformational. It's truly, truly transformational. So to the professional looking at me or watching this or that, or watch it later, and you're thinking, do I really need this? Can I really do this? I'll tell you this. If I can do it, you can't do it. I'm a very busy person. Working full time here. I have children, I have a toddler. I run different businesses. If I can do it, then you can do it. And you need to do it. That's the truth. Just register. Register for the speed reading masterclass first and experience what we are talking about. Because sometimes when you're not in something, you won't understand it. There is no word that can completely describe the feeling. There is no word that can completely describe the transformation you're going to encounter if you get registered. So please register today. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. Register and you will have yourself to thank. If you want to be unstoppable, you have to open your mind to new things. So please register and let's become unstoppable together.
Awesome. Let's become unstoppable together. And that's a good place to stop. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for joining us. Your mind is what determines if you're going to be stopped or not.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jennifer, for joining us. We're glad to let you go now. Thank you for staying
Thank you
for
so
the whole.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really do appreciate. Thank you for the opportunity and privilege to be here. Thank you
Thank you.
again.
Enjoy your day. Enjoy your day.
Good coach. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, darling.
Bye bye.
I love you. Thank you. I love all book bingers there,
Love you
ladies.
too, Coach. We love you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, darling. Okay, so to that professional there, you are either stopped by your mind or you become unstoppable by the speed you have in your mind. Only one thing can determine the heights you can attain or the person you can become. It's about who you are in your mind. Your mind's power. That's your operating system. That's the basic determining factor for who you are, who you can be, who you ever be. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Tomorrow we'll be having the Smart Speaking Symposium, and it's also going to be fun, but we'll be here at 7 p.m., not at 1 p.m. because it's Saturday. Saturdays we show up at 7 p.m. every single Saturday. Thank you for joining us. You want to share this live with every professional you know that needs this skill. You've registered for the Speed Reader Masterclass. Share it with everybody that you know. This class happens only once yearly, and that will be it. Once we're done with the class, the price will not be the same. Currently, the price is still at $19,999. That's the early bird discount. You want to jump in and take this class for yourself, and you will be able to master this skill and scale up your mind's power. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. This is the Smart World.